Fishmen. Fishmen are a race that combines human characteristics and the traits of fish or sea creatures. Unlike mermaids and mermen, they have legs instead of tails. They have gills that allow them to breathe underwater and lungs to live on land. They possess superhuman strength, about 10 times of that of a normal human, and of course, their strengths are even more greater when they are fighting in water. Some of them practice fisherman karate, a martial art based on strength and speed. It works by affecting the water inside each organism. Their society develops mainly on Fishman Island, located 10,000 meters below sea level, at the foot of the Red Line. Here, they coexist with mermaids and mermen, ruled by a royal family. Fishmen have suffered discrimination from humans for generations. The men of the mainland, and especially the celestial dragons, seek them and desire them as slaves. Tensions and conflicts have not been lacking, and this resentment is still very present in the series. Some, like Arlong, bear a lot of resentment towards humans and return the wrong suffered with the same coin, while others, like Queen Otohime, try to move on and build a peaceful relationship between the two races. Important characters of this race are Fisher Tiger, an adventurer, former slave of the world nobles, and founder of the Sun Pirates. Arlong. He was one of the first fishmen to appear in the series. He was the captain of the Arlong Pirates and lord of Arlong Park. He hates humans a lot. Jinbei, certainly the best known fishman to everyone as he is the helmsman of the Straw Hat crew. Jinbei has always been a calm and mature character with a great spirit of honor. Hody Jones, the leader of the new Fishman Pirates and a former soldier of the Fishman Kingdom. He is an extremist who deeply hates humans, inspired by Arlong's racist ideals. Mermaids. Mermen and mermaids make up the other society that inhabits the depths of the Blue Sea. They are closely related to fishmen's, and as mentioned before, the only anatomical difference is in the lower part of the body. As fishmen, they can breathe both underwater and on land. They are the fastest swimmers of all and can communicate with other fish through sound waves. Some of them practice merman jujitsu, a martial art that involves manipulating water with the hands and using it as a ranged weapon. Unlike fishmen, mermen and mermaids do not feed on meat or fish, but only on mollusks and algae. The mermaids, when they turn 30, fork their tails and gain the ability to walk. While this does not happen to mermen, it can be said that they are the most peaceful version of the inhabitants of the sea. Some important characters of this race are Otohime, the consort of King Neptune and mother of Shirahoshi, with a very kind and merciful character. She always tried to find a way for peaceful coexistence between her people and humans, and was therefore killed in an insidious way by one of her own people. Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi is the last daughter of Otohime and King Neptune. She is a giant-sized mermaid and probably the most beautiful in the kingdom. She possesses the power of Poseidon, the ability to communicate with the Sea Kings and control them. If you want me to dive deeper about these characters, just let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. Sky People. The inhabitants of the sky are divided into 3 groups: the Skypians, the Birkins, and the Shandia. It is said that Skypians and Birkins are natives of the moon, who moved to the world of below after the lunar resources were depleted. They are similar to humans, but are distinguished by small wings on their backs, which are generally useless. The Skypians live on Angel Island and are known for their peaceful lifestyle and the use of technology like dials, multifunction devices that look like shells. They greet each other by saying Hesso and revere the soil, the earth, as sacred. The wings of Skypians are small and point upwards. The Birkins, however, lived on the island of Birka, destroyed 8 years earlier by Enel, a Birkin who dominated the survivors. Their culture, influenced by Enel, is based on religious devotion and the worship of the Verth. The Birkins' wings are larger and point downwards, except Enel, which instead has drums on its back instead of wings. The Shandia are warriors who once lived on the island of Jaya, now in the sky. They are not true sky people like the Skypians or Birkins, because their origins are terrestrial. It is not known why they also have wings. It may be just an artistic quirk of the author. Some well-known characters of the Sky People are Gan Fall, the former god or ruler of Skypia. He is an elderly, kind, and wise man known as the Knight of Heaven. Enel, Known for his boundless arrogance and his incredible powers, he ate the Goro Goro fruit, a Rogia-type devil fruit that allows him to control, generate, and transform into lightning, making him extremely powerful and difficult to defeat. Urogi, known as the Mad Monk. He is the captain of the Mad Monk Pirates and one of the worst generation supernova. The Kuja. The Kuja are not a real race in themselves, but are part of the human species. They should be considered more as an indigenous population completely isolated from the rest of the world. They are basically a tribe of warriors made up exclusively of women, residing on the island of Amazon Lily, located in the Calm Belt. The matriarchal society is led by the Empress, known as the Snake Princess. Currently, the title is held by Boa Hancock, who is also the captain of the Kuja Pirates. The Kuja wear warrior-style clothes, but very skimpy, leaving much of the body uncovered. It is common for them to breed snakes as pets, and they sometimes use them as weapons. The tribe is made up entirely of women, and they are known for their strength, which for them is also the measure of beauty. All Kuja are trained to master the armament haki. Due to their isolated location in the Calm Belt and exclusively female composition, the Kuja have had little contact with men and they are prohibited from landing on the island. This isolation has led to a lack of knowledge of the outside world and a certain distrust of strangers. However, after meeting Monkey D. Luffy, the Kuja began to open up more, with Hancock developing feelings for him and deciding to assist him on several occasions. Noteworthy characters from this population are Boa Hancock. She is the current Empress of Amazon Lily and captain of the Kuja Pirates. She is considered the most beautiful woman in the world and was a member of the Sea Warlords. She ate the Mero Mero fruit, which allows her to petrify anyone attracted to her beauty. Gloriosa, also known as Nyon Baba, she is a wise grandmother who was once a member of the legendary Rocks Pirates. She was the Empress of Amazon Lily a long time ago. Shakuyaku. Known as Shaki, she is a great friend of Silver's Rayleigh. She runs the bar Shaki's Ripoff, located in the Sabaody archipelago, where she offers information and the support to the passing pirates. The Dwarves. The Dwarves are small-statured humanoid beings known for their incredible physical strength and speed. They live primarily in the kingdom of Tontada, located on the island of Greenbit near Dressrosa. Dwarves stand about 8 inches tall and possess astonishing strength, capable of lifting objects many times their weight. Their speed is such that it makes them almost invisible to the human eye. In addition to their strength and speed, dwarves are skilled craftsmen and inventors. They have pointed ears and tails, which resemble those of some animals. The Dwarf Society is led by King Gancho and Princess Manshelly. They live in harmony with nature, building their homes among the trees and using plants and flowers for various purposes. They are known for their naivety and trust in others, which makes them very vulnerable to deception. Dwarves are generally friendly and try to maintain good relations with other people, but knowing that big humans are not all the same, they are very cautious towards them and usually do not let themselves be seen by them. The only ones with whom they're formed an excellent relationship of friendship are the royal family of Dressrosa, the Riku. During the Dressrosa arc, many dwarves are enslaved by Doflamingo, who, having managed to subjugate them with simple lies, forced them to work in the factory of Smiley, the artificial devil fruits. With the help of the Straw Hat crew, the dwarves managed to free many of their people and even rescue their princess Manshelly. Some notable dwarves are Manshelly, the princess of the kingdom of Tontada, with a very sweet and adorable character, but also capricious and a little spoiled. She looks graceful with long blonde hair and an elegant dress. Manshelly possesses the power of the Heal fruit, and thanks to her tears, she's able to temporarily heal any type of wound. Leo. He was the commander of the dwarf army, and is the captain of the Tontada Pirates. He ate the Nui Nui fruit, and thanks to it, he can sew objects, people, and surfaces together as if they were fabrics. Cab and Bian. Cab and Bian are also members of the Tontada Pirates. Both are the leader of the aviation team of the Tontada army. Cab ate the fruit Bug, Model Beetle, and fight with 2 spears. Bian, on the other hand, possesses the power of the fruit model Bumblebee, and very particular about punctuality. The Minks. The Minks are a race of humanoid beings with mammalian traits. Most of them live on the island of Zo, which in turn sits on the back of a gigantic elephant named Zunisha, condemned to wander the sea of the New World forever. The minks, being half mammals, have fur and each of them have characteristics of the animal they resemble. For example, canid-type minks wag their tails when they're happy, while monkey-type minks love bananas like crazy. Minks are known to be exceptional fighters. Not all of them possess superhuman strength like fishmen, but they stand out in agility. They possess the innate ability Electro. They can generate static electricity from their limbs and use it in combat to stun enemies or enhance their weapons. Furthermore, during full moon nights, they can transform into the Sulong form, becoming so much more ferocious and rabid, significantly increasing their strength and speed. However, this form requires extensive training to control, otherwise they risk going berserk and attacking anyone who comes sight. Important minks are Inurashi. Known as the Duke of Day, he is one of the leaders of the Minks and rules the people during daylight hours on the island of Zo. Nekomamushi. Known as the Night King, he is the other leader of the Minks who leads them during the night. Beppo. Beppo is a polar bear mink and is the navigator of the Heart Pirates, the crew of Trafalgar Law. He is very loyal to Law and knows how to fight with martial arts. The Giants. The race of giants are apparently human of colossal dimensions. An adult giant is at least 12 meters tall. Physical characteristics are practically the same as those of humans, but only much larger in size. The homeland of the Gigats is the island of Elbaf, a gigantic island towards the end of the New World, where a titanic tree stands in the middle of it. Almost all the giants come from Elbaf and are proud of their land. Their society is structured into tribes, and they have a lifestyle very similar to that of Vikings. Giants are both respected and feared outside their land. Some of them work for justice under the guidance of the Navy, while others have taken the path of piracy. Titanic beings such as Oz are also considered to be of this race. These ancient giants are at least twice as tall as the normal giants and have the appearance of demonic creatures. Some notable giants in the series are Hagwar D. Sauro. He is a former Navy Vice Admiral. Originally from South Blue, he is remembered for having the D in his name and for saving Nico Robin during the O'Hara Massacre. Hajrudin. He is the captain of the new Giant Warrior Pirates. He is introduced during the Dressrosa arc. He participates in the Corrida Coliseum tournament to obtain the fruit Mira Mira and got turned into a toy after losing the tournament. Dari and Braugi. These two giants are the captains of the Giant Warrior Pirates from 100 years ago. They make very good friends with the Straw Hat and especially with Usopp. Longarms / Longlegs. These two races are part of the two different tribes that have been in conflict for a long time. The reason they hate each other has not yet been explained. As can be deduced from their name, they have a clearly visible characteristic compared to a normal human. The Longarms have, in fact, very long arms made up of 3 sections and 2 elbows. Many of them dress in Oriental-style clothing, so it's likely that they may have Asian features. The Longlegs, on the other hand, are very tall and have very long legs. They may seem a little deformed because their body is not well proportioned compared to a normal human. The two tribes do not possess super strength, as in the case of fishmen, and it is not clear whether they have strength much superior to normal humans. It is only known that Longlegs have a lot of strength in their legs, while Longarms, having an extra joint, can twist their arms in more ways, allowing them to make movements that would otherwise be impossible. Some prominent characters of these two tribes are Ideo. A boxer of the Longarms tribe, he makes his appearance during the Coliseum tournament and is the master of a boxing style that allows him to make the target explode with every punch. Stratchman Apu. He's the captain of the On-Air Pirates. He ate the Oto Oto Devil Fruit, which allows him to transform his body into musical instruments to generate sonic attacks. He was introduced during the Sabori events as one of the Supernova. Blue Gilly. He is an athlete who practices the martial art Jiao Gong Dao. He also participated in the tournament for the Mera Mera fruit. He suffers the same fate as Ideo after the defeat.